Hi
everybody, and welcome to day 2 of our virtual Hardrocker Luncheon. I am Lauren Torvey. I'm the head volleyball coach here at South Dakota Mines. I'm going to be kicking off our 3 coaches today that are chatting with us about what's going on this fall. Right now with volleyball, we are in the middle of our non-championship segment. So volleyball, we are practicing 5 days a week. We're lifting 3 days a week. Our women are working hard. It's been fantastic to get back in the gym with them. Things are normal for what they are, but we've been enjoying our time together and training for our season this spring that we will be playing, so we're looking forward to it. And I'm ready to take some awesome questions y'all sent in.
All right. Our first question comes from email, and this is from Diane Cheddar.
Hi, Diane.
She asked, as an avid fan, I'm wondering how your team has been able to get acquainted and bond during this pandemic.
Sure, that's a good question. So we haven't, like I said, we've been practicing 5 days a week. We started that on August 31st. So the time that we've been in the gym has been invaluable for what our team needs to do and as far as forming our culture and that team chemistry. So the time in the gym, the time in the weight room, the time they do in their study halls, in their small groups together, that's the moments that they have right now where we're really bonding and getting together. We wish obviously we could be doing more off-court stuff, but for safety reasons, it's all about volleyball and what we can do on the court right now. But I have to say it's been really positive. We're really getting to know each other. We're really trying to figure out what motivates each other, and I think it's been going really well so far.
Excellent. Next question. How have the girls adjusted to a delayed spring season?
That's another good question. I think we don't know yet. As far as adjusting to the news that our season is going to the spring, we've been handling it the way we are supposed to. We adapt. I mean, we're human beings, so that's just in our nature. We adapt to things that are thrown at us, and it took probably 24 hours for us to really grasp onto the fact that we weren't going to be able to play games this fall. But once we kind of got past that time period, we were, okay, this is it. We're going to train this fall. We're going to do what we need to do this fall. And then this spring, we're going to compete with other RMAC teams and kind of make ourselves seen.
Okay. Another question from Diane. What returning players do you see emerging as team leaders?
That's a good question. They're all good questions. So as team leaders right now, our captains for this season were voted by our teammates. They are Cheyenne Bastian, Addie Stanley, Anna Thomas, and Emma Boki. Cheyenne is our returning captain. Emma Boki is our lone senior. Addie is a junior, and Anna is a sophomore. So for that purpose, for leadership, those 4 have done a tremendous job leading themselves, leading them teammates, really leading our culture to where it needs to be. High expectations, high standards, championship culture. They've done a fantastic job. We've had some sophomores in that big sophomore class. They're coming back with a year under the belt, and you can start to see them emerge on the court. They have presence, they have experience, and they're playing comfortable because they have that year under their belt. It's been fun to watch them grow. So I think we're going to see a lot of leadership, even though we're a very young team. So 15 out of our 18 women on our team are freshmen and sophomores. So we're a young team. However, I think that 1 year those sophomore classes needed, combined with the leadership of our captains, it's going to be fantastic leadership, and it has been so far. So I'm looking forward to the rest of it.
All right, and the final question we have for you today: what excites you about the freshman class, and what impacts can you have on this? What impacts can they have on this season?
Sure. What excites me about the freshman class is everything. We have 5 individuals in our freshman class. They are fantastic women, first and foremost. They're brilliant, they're smart, they're mature, they're responsible. The standards that they've been holding themselves to and leading themselves has been far past my expectations for what a college freshman probably should do, especially during a pandemic. Some of them are all online, some of them are mixed, so it's a different experience for all of them, but they've been fantastic so far off the court and on the court. I see a handful of them doing a big job for us in the future. I know that they're going to have a big future in this program. I think right now it's a little too early to say what kind of impact that's going to be. There's a lot of time to earn right now. There's a lot of respect to earn, and that's a privilege to kind of have that time on the court. So they're going to keep earning that, but we should all be excited about that freshman class because I think it's going to be huge for our future. So I'm stoked about it.
All right, and final thoughts. What's going on this weekend?
Oh, thank you for bringing that up. So this Friday night, we are doing an inter-squad scrimmage. So playing each other, best 3 out of 5, normal volleyball match. We'll have officials, so normal volleyball stuff. We will be allowing fans to attend. Of course, following safety procedures, have to wear masks, socially distance. We'll be putting all of our non-Hardrocker personnel, essentially, so families that are coming from out of this school, essentially, on one side, and then all Hardrocker personnel on the other side. So really separating those two, following safety guidelines. And we're also going to be celebrating our one senior, Emma Boki. So we're going to give her the senior night she deserves and kind of celebrate her. Her mother's coming in from Michigan, so we're going to really make Friday night about Emma Boki. But if you'd like to attend and you are not a Hardrocker student or staff member, just send me an email and we'll find a way to get you in.
What's your email address?
lauren.torvey@sdsmt.edu.
Okay, and final thoughts.
Happy to be here. Looking forward to this spring. We've received an RMAC schedule for the spring, but it's not necessarily public yet. I think it will be soon, so kind of stay tuned for what that spring season will look like, and we're ready to compete for RMAC championship. Thank you.
Next up, we'll have cross-country head coach Steve Johnson.
All right, well, it's good to be back up here. Looking forward to getting a strong season underway. We did have one change to our staff over the last few months. Coach Reed decided that she needed to step down, and so we went out, we did some searching, did some digging, and we were able to find Coach Jill Uricki, who's joining us this year for the first time. She was a competitor at the University of Iowa and came extremely highly recommended, so we're very excited to see her get going with the sprint, hurdles, and jumps group. She's got a great background, especially in the sprints and jumps, so we're looking forward to some good things there. Unfortunately, if you didn't notice, we had to cancel the Hardrocker Classic for this year, just with everything kind of being a little bit of a roller coaster in the month of August, and having our start dates moved a little bit. We decided that it was in the best interest of everybody to move that, to cancel that for this year. I know some people were looking forward to the kids run coming out. Don't worry, we are planning to do one for our home track meet this year to make up for that. So I want to thank the Black Hills Runners Club for their support of the kids runs every year. We look forward to seeing the kids on the track in April. This weekend we're going up to Black Hills State actually Friday night. We'll compete. The women start at 5:45, the men at 6:15, and get a chance to see where everybody's at. We've seen some really good performances over the last couple of weeks from our kids in practice, and now it's a chance to put it out there on a course and see how we actually do against some other competition. I think you'll see Joel Haas and Tim Dunham leading the way for our men. Those two guys put in a ton of miles over the course of the summer and have looked really good, so we're excited to see what they can get going for us, and having a pair up front rather than just one is always a huge bonus in cross country. On the women's side, it's actually going to be a pair of freshmen that are leading the way. Lindsay Butler out of Spokane, Washington, and Riley Darnell out of Colorado are going to be up front for us. Those two have just put in some absolutely terrific work, and they've got a couple of folks, Alyssa Frankie and Taylor Bright, who are returners coming in to help back them up, and it's going to be a great top 5 for us. So we're really looking forward to seeing what they can get done. Every time I put a workout together that I think is going to be challenging for them, they just knock it out of the park. So it's fantastic to see right now. Just to kind of look at our season going forward, like I said, we're at BH this weekend, and then we'll take the next weekend off. Then October 3rd, we're going down to Shattern, and then October 24th is the RMAC Championship set for Colorado Springs.
Okay, Coach Johnson, I have a few questions here. This one from our Instagram account. What does the start of a cross-country race look like with the pandemic?
That is a great question. So the RMAC, the athletic trainers in the RMAC, as well as some of the administrators, put together a set of guidelines for us. Every school is different as far as whether or not they're going to allow spectators, but as far as the runners go, the biggest things are that we're trying to space out on the line. So instead of having every team have a starting box right next to each other, we're putting a box in between each group just to help spread teams out. Everybody's going to have to wear masks when they're in the competition area right up until the gun goes off. So they'll have their masks on even on the line as they're waiting for the gun to go off, and then they'll go. The other thing that we did is that we decided, traditionally in cross country you finish your warm-ups on the start line, and so about 15 minutes before they're pulling you up to the start line. Now you're going to have to do all of that away from the start line, away from the start area, and then with about 2 minutes to go, we'll pull everybody together real quick, get everybody set in their boxes, and the gun goes off.
And will there be spectators allowed?
At Black Hills, there will be spectators allowed. I have not heard yet from Shadron or from the RMAC on whether spectators will be allowed. If you want to come up to Black Hills, we're going to be on the Spearfish Canyon Country Club on the northeast side of the course, and you will have to mask and socially distance, but we'd love to see you out there.
Okay, and this question emailed to me by Jody Christo. She asked, with winter break starting early and being so extended, what has been discussed about indoor track season, considering that significant portions of the season generally occur during what will be that break, and athletes will be scattered to their home locations?
Yeah, that's a great question. That's something we've been trying to figure out for quite a while. At this point, what we've decided is that we won't try and do, usually we would do a meet in December. Because the kids aren't coming back after Thanksgiving break, we've opted not to try to go to a meet in December. But with classes starting up again January 11th, we should have a fairly regular indoor season. At least that's our goal right now. So they'll be sent home with their workouts. We'll ask them to try and find ways to get those workouts done. So we wanted to try and keep it as much of a normal feel for the kids as possible.
Okay, thank you, Coach Johnson. Any final thoughts reflecting on this as things move forward?
Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity for us. We're excited to get the chance to go out and compete a little bit, and almost every school in the RMAC is still competing at this point, so we're excited to get a chance to see how we stack up. I think we've got a good team on both sides this year.
All right, thank you very much.
Good job.
Next up, we will have the Director of Men's and Women's Golf, Luke Wheeler. Welcome, Coach.
Glad to be here. Just a little bit about the season so far. Very fortunate that we get to go out to the course and play. Obviously, with social distancing, golf is a great sport to social distance. So we are allowed to play. We have a good schedule for the fall. The women are playing 4 tournaments this fall, and the men will be playing 3. So we just got done with our first tournament down in Denver. The men was the Mile High Shootout, and the women was the Swan Memorial, both at Todd Creek Country Club down in Thornton, Colorado. Good tournament, good experience for everybody. We had 8 freshmen out this weekend playing. A little nerves, a little jitters, but overall, I thought we did a pretty good job. Got a lot to work on, and we'll keep getting better and moving forward.
All right, I got a couple questions for you, Coach. How do you decide who plays each week at your tournaments?
What we do is we do qualifying rounds the week before, and just depending on the tournament and how many we can take. Normally, a team is made up of 5 golfers, and then you take the 4 best scores at a tournament. So any given tournament, we will take 5. Most tournaments allow you to take some individuals, so we could probably take up to 6, 7, even 8 golfers at one tournament. So we'll do qualifying rounds the week before here in Rapid at Arrowhead Country Club, and the top 8 or top 5, however many we can take for that tournament, we'll take the top 5 scores from that qualifying round, and that's who gets to go.
All right, and if things move like they should, what's the spring look like for you guys?
Spring's going to be busy. It's a short season, obviously, living up here in the north. We got to travel a little bit south. Right now, I have it lined up again to go to Las Vegas and get 2 tournaments in with Minot State and Winona State out of Minnesota. And then from there, there'll be a couple tournaments in Pueblo and Denver. And then we will host a tournament come April 11th through the 13th out at Arrowhead Country Club. Hopefully I've already got 4 or 5 teams lined up for that one coming in. So that should be a fun one right before a conference tournament down in Phoenix.
And where's that at? Where was the conference tournament at?
Right now, it's still to be determined, but I am believing what I'm hearing is we will be playing it at Wigwam Country Club, I want to say, which is in West Phoenix or South Phoenix.
Which is a new course for the conference?
New course for the conference. I think they used to play at it a while back for the RMAC. Obviously, probably not for South Dakota Mines since we're just still fairly new in the NCAA. But I think they have played it before there. They have 3 18-hole championship courses there. So the women would play on one and the men would play on the other. And it's a good track from what I've heard.
And what would be the format? Like how many rounds do the men and women play?
During our conference tournament?
Yes.
3 rounds.
Both the men and the women?
Both men and women are 3 rounds.
Normally it's not.
What's that?
In the normal season, women play...
Women usually play 2 18-hole rounds on Monday and Tuesday. Majority of the men, it's 36 holes on Monday and 18 on Tuesday. So it's a long day for the guys on that Monday.
All right, Coach, that's all the questions that we had here. Do you have any final thoughts as the season gets underway?
Nope, I'm just thankful that we could get out and participate and play. And during these crazy times, the kids are enjoying it, enjoying school, working really hard, and they're striving to get better, and I think we're going to get there by the end of the year.
All right, Coach, thank you for your time.
All right, thank you.
All right, this concludes our Hardrocker virtual luncheon. We will bring these to you regularly starting next Wednesday right here on Hardrocker Athletics Facebook Live page starting at 11 a.m. We will see you next week, and please keep those questions coming.